Round 4. Winner via submission. Super cool.
Simon, give me the belt!
Super cool. Give me the belt. Those 5 words, delivered in the raw, ice-cold tone of Khamzat Chimaev, weren't just a demand, they were a warning. The wolf had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same. When Chimaev speaks, the world leans in, not because of charisma alone, but because his fists and his ferocity back up every syllable. From his UFC debut, it was obvious this man was cut from something different. His walk to the cage has the same energy as a predator circling prey, a hunger in his eyes that says he's not here to fight, he's here to devour. The legends of this sport, the men who know the difference between hype and history, see it clearly. Demetrius Johnson, pound-for-pound royalty, didn't hesitate, flawless. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist and double champ, laughed in disbelief, on another level. John Jones, a man who never gives away respect lightly, nodded from one predator to another. Michael Venom Page stripped it down to its purest truth. He's an animal. When so many champions from different eras, with different styles, all converge on the same conclusion, it's not coincidence. It's not hype. It's recognition. Recognition that a storm is here, that the UFC has found its next unstoppable force. And if you doubt it, all you have to do is look at the bodies left in his wake, the highlight reels drenched in dominance. Because every time Khamzat Chimaev steps into that octagon, the fight is over before it even begins.
He shoots again, and then he takes his fucking lead arm. He takes this lead arm right here. Back at it real quick.
The proof of his power isn't found in headlines. It's carved into the very careers of those who've dared to share a cage with him. Robert Whittaker, the former middleweight king, had walked through wars with Israel Adesanya, Yoel Romero, and Jared Cannonier. He was a survivor, a man tested in fire. But against Chimaev, he lasted less than 4 minutes. One takedown, one relentless scramble, one neck crank that forced the unthinkable, Whittaker tapping in disbelief. That wasn't supposed to happen to a fighter like him. And yet it did, effortlessly. Then came UFC 319, the clash with Dricus du Plessis, the so-called real test, the fight that was supposed to expose him. But instead, Chimaev flipped the script. 12 takedowns, more than some champions score in an entire career. 500 strikes to just 45 in return. 21 minutes of suffocating ground control, the second most in UFC history. And the haunting part, he looked as fresh in the final round as he did in the first. Cardio doubts, gone. Fluke talk, erased. He dismantled du Plessis, not just physically, but mentally, breaking him in ways the scorecards couldn't capture. This wasn't dominance, it was erasure. Legends don't nod for hype, they nod for inevitability. And after performances like these, you can feel the inevitability in the air. The whispers aren't about if he'll take over, but how quickly, and whether anyone alive has the tools to stop him. Because once Khamzat Chimaev grabs hold of you, history shows there is no escape. But dominance isn't just about results, it's about the system behind them. To understand Chimaev's reign, you have to break down the machine piece by piece. At first glance, it looks simple. A stiff jab, a looping overhand right, relentless wrestling pressure. But those who study him see the artistry buried beneath the violence. That jab isn't just a strike, it's a weaponized shepherd's hook, forcing opponents backward into the cage. The overhand, a hammer, thrown not to score points but to close distance. And once he reaches you, the fight enters a new dimension. Chimaev doesn't attempt takedowns, he chains them. Shoot for a double leg? If you stuff it, he switches seamlessly to a body lock. Defend the lock. He sweeps the ankle. Break free for a second? You're already back down, drowning under the weight of another transition. This isn't wrestling, it's warfare. And then, when the smothering pressure becomes unbearable, the submissions appear like predators in the dark. Guillotines. Darce chokes. Neck cranks so brutal they feel medieval. He doesn't just beat you, he dismantles every layer of resistance you thought you had. Some compare him to Khabib Nurmagomedov, but that's only part of the truth. Khabib smothered. Chimaev mauls. He throws harder, risks more, and embraces the chaos. Where Khabib drained opponents with inevitability, Chimaev injects panic. It's not survival. It's free fall. And when the legends see that, they don't just nod. They smile, because they know they're watching something terrifyingly new. But perhaps the most dangerous part of Chimaev isn't his skill, it's his aura. Skills can be trained. Power can be developed. But aura is born. They call him Boars, the wolf, and it's not just a nickname. It's a state of being. When Chimaev walks to the cage, there's a stillness in his eyes, a sharpness that unsettles even the bravest opponents. Fighters talk about it afterward, the way it feels different standing across from him, as if the fight is half lost before the first punch is thrown. John Jones respects it, predator to predator. Anderson Silva had it in his prime, when even elite strikers hesitated. Mike Tyson carried it in boxing, where men were broken before the bell. And Khabib had it too, when everyone knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it. Chimaev blends all of those auras and adds his own twist. He doesn't just win, he tells you how he'll win. He calls his shot, predicts the finish, and then forces it into reality. Few fighters in history could do that without it being delusion. But when he says it, when he growls, "I will smash you," it doesn't sound like trash talk. It sounds like prophecy. Opponents feel it. Fans believe it. And legends recognize it instantly. This is more than hype. It's inevitability with teeth. And when inevitability looks you in the eye, you don't argue, you pray.
Changes levels and looks for that takedown again. And got the two hands clasped, goes side. He's going to run over to his corner. Oh, he went full like
Beautiful!
That's why legends don't just praise him, they dissect him. They don't speak in generalities, they break him down piece by piece, the way experts only do when they know a fighter is special. They talk about his chain wrestling, his suffocating cage control, his refusal to respect distance. They marvel at his willingness to walk through strikes, trusting his chin, his timing, and his ability to drag you down. Not reckless, calculated. Because once he touches you, the math is simple. The fight belongs to him. That's why opponents look overwhelmed so quickly. The chaos isn't chaos to him, it's comfort. Georges St-Pierre brought evolution through discipline. Anderson Silva through artistry. Khabib through pressure. Mike Tyson through intimidation. And now, Chimaev through violence refined. The speed of his rise makes it even more shocking. GSP and Khabib took years to climb the mountain. Chimaev sprinted. From prospect to champion in record time. And what makes it chilling? He didn't arrive to evolve. He arrived already evolved. Complete. Wrestling sharp, striking brutal, submissions polished. When legends recognize this, they don't speak of potential. They speak of inevitability. That's why whispers of double champion, or even triple champion, don't sound like marketing fluff. They sound like prophecy waiting to unfold. And if history tells us anything, when legends nod in unison, the sport is about to change forever.
Yes, out, and only 1 minute, last minute. A guy is strong with a finish now, boy. Sorry, guys. Happy always.
And that's why debates about Chimaev are so intense. In gyms, in podcasts, in comment sections, his name splits the world in half. Believers swear the division already belongs to him. They call him Boars, the wolf, the hunter who stalks prey. To them, the only question is how quickly he wins, not if. Critics scoff, claiming he's too one-dimensional, too wrestling-heavy. Paulo Costa mocked him, saying he smothers fights. Others clung to the cardio narrative, until Du Plessis erased it. But here's the truth. The silence of contenders speaks louder than critics ever could. Fighters quick to call out Strickland, Pereira, or Adesanya hesitate when his name comes up. Easier to fight the king than the wolf. Internationally, the story's the same. In Russia and Sweden, he's celebrated as a warrior. In America, fans are divided. Love him or hate him, they watch. And that's the key. Controversy builds stars. Whether you cheer or boo, you tune in. Dana White knows it. That's why the UFC keeps him active. Because like it or not, The middleweight division now orbits around one name, Khamzat Chimaev. Who's next? Strickland, Costa, Adesanya. Each matchup sparks intrigue, but the same haunting truth looms overhead. If Chimaev drags you down, the fight is already over. That's why legends call him flawless. That's why contenders hesitate. And that's why fans can't stop debating. In the end, it all boils down to one chilling question. Not if he's good enough, but who, if anyone, can stop Khamzat Chimaev?